turn of the century was accustomed to violence and death that stemmed from the anger of hot-blooded men. But the brutal, senseless murder of a young girl was something else. When Hannah Williams' body was found, Dr. Bill Baxter joined in the angry search for the killer, little suspecting that the killer would strike again. Rex Allen stars as the Frontier Doctor.
Good night, honey.
Please, Art, you better go now.
I love you, Mary.
I've got to get back before Pa misses me.
When'll I see you?
Next Tuesday, the same place. Good night, sweetie.
Night. See you Tuesday.
Mary Ross's body was discovered the next morning, and Sheriff Wilson sent for me to make medical examination. It was the second such murder within a month.
Mr. Ross? I don't know. Nobody could have had a reason for doing this to Mary.
From the footprints we found up path, she was someone. Have any idea who it was?
I was kind of strict. She wouldn't have told me.
Well, anyway, we know he's not the man we're after. Footprints don't match. But he may have heard or seen something. He's the only lead we got besides the shoes.
Shoes?
Whoever killed her took her shoes.
Can I take her away from here, Doc, please? Sure.
She was strangled, all right. With a rope.
Same as Hannah Williams.
Yeah.
2 senseless killings in a month.
The man's a homicidal maniac.
I'm going to make a list of everybody that's moved in here in the last year. I want you to look it over and see if any of them show any signs of...
That wouldn't do any good. He could be perfectly normal in every other way.
It ain't likely that anybody that was born and raised in Rising Springs could be loony without us knowing about it.
Stan Gray and his sister. They've kept pretty much to themselves ever since they moved here. He don't know beans about ranching.
He don't profess to be a rancher. He came out here for his asthma.
Has he got asthma?
I'm seeing him about it this morning. Instead of making lists of people you don't know or don't like, why don't you get out and find those shoes?
Well, thank you. In a radius of 20 miles, all I got to do is go out and find a pair of shoes, girl shoes, size 5, black, with red mud on them.
Yes, Esther? Dr. Baxter's coming up the road. Hello, Doctor.
Morning, Miss Gray. How's our asthma patient?
Oh, he's a lot better. This was a mild attack compared to the ones he had in St. Louis.
Morning, Stan.
Hello, Dr. Baxter.
How are you?
I feel much better.
You're looking better. Sit down over here. By the way, in case you hadn't been told, I think you'd better keep your windows and doors locked.
Why?
There's been another murder. Mary Ross was strangled last night.
No. Oh, how dreadful.
Your breathing's easier, but there's still a lot of congestion. Your heart's beating very rapid.
Oh, he's so sensitive. Any news like this always upsets him. Is that man still in the neighborhood?
He's obviously a maniac. If I were you, I don't believe I'd go out alone, at least until he's been caught.
Well, he only seems interested in pretty girls. Guess he won't bother me.
That's silly, Esther. I'm going to lock up right now.
Oh, by the way, weren't you going to give me a sample of that medicine you wanted?
Oh, well, that talk about maniacs and killings put it right out of my mind. I really should have had Dr. Neal write out the prescription before we left home.
I'll analyze it this afternoon. Goodbye.
Thank you, Doctor. Stan?
didn't do it, Hester. I swear I didn't.
What's that in your hand?
Nothing. Just nothing.
Give it to me, Stan.
I found it on the floor this morning. My boots were muddy and my coat was torn, but I don't remember going out. I don't remember anything.
You never do.
I tried. Honest, I tried.
If I hadn't lied for you in St. Joseph, if I'd just gone to the authorities, then these girls would be alive.
Don't let them lock me up.
I don't know what to do.
I'd finished lunch and was working on the medicine for Hester Gray when the sheriff arrived.
Any luck? Nope. We didn't even find out who Mary Ross went to meet.
Probably some kids that was scared to go near the place.
Here's that list of new people. Look it over and see if you get any ideas.
I told you that wouldn't do any good.
They had a whole series of killings just like this over in St. Joe last year.
St. Joe?
Yeah. They never found out who it was either.
Ed, if I show you something, will you promise not to jump to conclusions?
Sure.
Take a look at the label on that.
Seton Pharmacy, St. Joseph, Missouri. Where'd you get this?
From Hester Gray.
Well, I thought they came from St. Louis.
Maybe they did. That don't mean anything, except that...
Except what?
When I was examining Stan this morning, and I mentioned the name Mary Ross, his heart went to beating like a blacksmith's hammer.
You better come with me. You wait here.
All right.
Dr. Baxter.
Hello, Miss Gray. You know Sheriff Wilson?
Of course. How do you do?
Howdy, ma'am. Is your brother here?
Well, he's resting.
Afraid we'll have to disturb him.
Well, do you mind my asking why?
It's about the murders. I don't like to throw my weight around, but if I have...
Got the wind knocked out of him.
Well, who cares? Let's get him back to town.
Can I see my brother now?
Not until you answer a few questions.
There's nothing I can tell you, except you made a terrible mistake.
I think you're making a mistake, Miss Gray. The sheriff has enough evidence to convince a jury that your brother's guilty.
That's impossible.
A jury will ask why you lied about living in St. Joe. They'll ask why your brother attacked my deputy and ran away to keep from answering questions. How will he explain Mary Ross's shoe in his fireplace?
I don't know.
Well, if he don't know, he'll hang.
But you can't hang him for it. He didn't know what he was doing.
You're not helping your brother by hiding the truth. He's insane, isn't he?
I'm as much to blame for this as he is. I knew he wasn't right years ago. I covered up for him when he was a child, and I just kept on. Every time when he had one of these attacks and couldn't remember anything, I hoped he was cured.
When did you first realize he'd become dangerous?
Not until that last girl in St. Joseph. I found her shoes in his room that newspapers had described it. Oh, I should have gone to the authorities then, but I just couldn't.
Where is he? Where's that dirty rock?
Take it easy, Mr. Ross. You've been drinking.
Take it easy, nothing. He killed my daughter, didn't he? He's going to pay for it. Mary's all I had in the world. Your sister, ain't you?
Put that down. She hasn't done anything.
I can't tell you how dreadful I feel about all this.
You're going to feel a lot worse.
Come on, Mr. Ross. I'll take you home.
Why should I go home? Ain't nobody there. I'll go. I'm warning you, Ed. If Stan Gray don't hang for this, you're going to answer to me. A lot of my friends say hang's too good for him. They want to lynch him. I told them no. Let the law take care of him, I said. But if the law don't, we're going to come after him. And we're going to come after you.
Sam.
Yes, sir.
Get Miss Gray home.
Come on, Miss Gray.
You mean they may try to lynch Stan?
There may be trouble. But there'll be no lynching as long as I'm sheriff.
They'll tear this place apart the minute they find out the law can't hang a man that's insane.
I know.
You better get your prisoner over to Elkton before they find out.
I'm swinging you in as a deputy so you can go along with us just in case of trouble. Come on.
Where's Hester? She told you I didn't do it, didn't you?
Go on out.
I knew you'd have to let me go.
Give me your arm.
What are those for?
We're just going to take you over to Elkton.
Look, what did Sister tell you?
Give me your arm. Get his hat and coat.
She broke her promise. She told you, didn't she?
Look, Stan, your sister loves you. She just wants to protect you.
I'll get even with her. I'll get even with her somehow.
Come on. We got Stan out of town unobserved and rode for Elkton, keeping to the back trails to avoid attracting attention. By the time we reached Bent Creek, we figured it was safe to slow down.
I could use a drink of water.
Yeah, me too. You want a drink?
Get down.
By the time I'd rounded up the horses, it was too late. Our prisoner had escaped, and what's more, the horse he had taken had a rifle on the saddle. Because Stan had made threats against his sister, Ed decided that while he went to organize a posse, I was to warn Hester.
sister. How'd you get here?
What's that in your hand?
Nothing, Stan. Nothing.
Let me see it.
No.
It's Mary's other shoe, huh?
I just this minute found her here. You must have hidden it last night.
You didn't find it. You went right to it. You knew it was there.
No.
You must have put it there. And you put the other one by my bed, huh?
No, that's not true.
You made me think I was insane. Why, Hester? Why?
I was afraid. I was afraid you'd send me away if you found out what I was.
So you framed me, huh?
No. No. I wanted you to be dependent on me. I was afraid you were going to go away and get married. And you're all I have in the world, Stan. Please, don't hate me. You don't know what it's like knowing you're going to kill somebody. Having that feeling growing and gnawing inside of you until you have to kill someone.
Why couldn't I remember?
I drugged your coffee. I wore your clothes so it looked like you'd been out.
I ought to kill you.
I love you. I know it was a terrible thing to do to you, but I only did it because I loved you. Honest.
Did you think about the way you felt, what you went through? What about the way I felt? What about the way I went through, huh? Nobody in their right mind will blame me. But instead, I'm going to do...
Drop that gun.
Dr. Baxter.
You got here just in time. I was just going to do something I might regret.
I said drop that gun.
Sure, Doc. I just found out something you might be interested.
He tried to kill me, Doctor.
I know.
No, you don't know. She committed these murders. She just confessed it.
He's lost his mind completely.
Don't worry about it. I'll get hold of the sheriff.
I'm sorry. I don't usually go to pieces like this.
It's all right, Miss Gray. You had every reason to. I want to tie him up while he's still unconscious.
You better let me hold that.
Thank you.
Poor Stan. He never really was happy, even when he was a little boy.
Why was that?
I suppose because he wasn't nice looking. Was terrible shy. Never had any friends. Never had a girlfriend. Afraid people would laugh at him.
Most people get over that.
Not Stan. He grew older and felt like life was slipping by him. It got worse. He began to hate everybody who was happy and in love. He grew like a mania. And that last night when he saw Mary kissing that Miller boy, that was just more than he could bear.
How did you know it was the Miller boy?
Stan told me.
He said he didn't remember anything.
Did I?
Yes, you said he...
Stay where you are. I said too much, didn't I?
Stan was telling the truth. You're the killer.
Nobody else is going to find that out. Pick him up. I said pick him up and carry him outside. Now get up there and take the line.
Where are we going?
You're taking Stan back to town. There's going to be an accident. The wagon's going over a cliff. I'm coming along to make sure it does. Don't try anything, Doctor. Keep your eyes on the road.
It's dark.
A woman. Looks like Miss Gray. Hey, Doc!
Sheriff.
Stop faster. Come on, whip him up.
Yeah. Why didn't he stop?
You let him catch us, I'll shoot. Come on, get up there. Come on.
All over, Miss Gray. Whoa!
It was all over. Esther Gray was dead.
She meant an awful lot to me, Doc. No matter what she was, or what she did, I'm just no good without her.
You shouldn't think like that.
It's true. She always took care of me, and without her, I don't know, I feel lost, confused.
That's why I brought someone to see you. Come in, Mr. Ross.
Mary's father.
He feels bad about the way he threatened you.
Howdy, Stan. I hear you kind of at loose ends.
Are you so?
Saw it that way myself. Not Mary's gone. Doc here thought we might get together and kind of help each other out.
What do you mean?
Well, I need help running my ranch. I thought maybe you could sell this place and come stay with me.
Why should you do me any favors?
You'd be doing me the favor, Stan. I need someone I can depend on.
No one ever depended on me before. It's always the other way around.
Is it a deal?
It's a deal.
Well, we got to get together and talk over things that got to be done.
I don't know whether I can get rid of this farm real quick. They've been farming to us.
That was only the beginning. Freed from his sister's unhealthy influence, Stan learned to stand on his own feet. Eventually became one of the town's leading citizens. I felt like I'd done a good day's work.